introduce Prahari, Parking Intelligent Command System, built for Bangalore Traffic Police and Flipkart Gridlock Team 1. We analyzed nearly 300 parking violations over 6 months, that is from November 2023 to April 2024, across 54 police stations. And this sidebar shows the real live data set. The violation counts, the junction, the date range, etc. Everything you see is completed from the real Ashram data, not just mock numbers. Now scrolling, here you can see the inspector configures their shift here. How many patrol units, the shift length, which time window, etc. The whole system re-ranks hotspots based on these given inputs. Let's move on to the first feature, that is Patrol Command Center. At left, you can see without Prahari. Officers patrol by experience. The known junction hotspots are covered, but 147,880 violations happened at location with no junction code, no camera, and no patrol assignment. The system is built to nearly blind to nearly half the dataset. And with Prahari, you can see 5 units, surgical stops, full hotspot coverage, plus 30 off-grid blind spots, now mapped and actionable. Here we can change it to 5. Now the metrics, we'll talk about the metrics. These metrics aren't vanity stats. PCIS is a parking congestion impact score. It weighs vehicle type, violation severity, and location. For example, a parked lorry on a main road scores higher than a scooter on a side street. So when we say intercepted PCIS, we mean high impact violation, not just row counts. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the unit assignments. Since we selected 5, we can see the details for 5 units. And each battle unit gets an ordered stop sequence with a written rationale, which it contains why this junction, this shift, etc. Not just go to MG road. As you can see, the unit 1 get this type of info. Why? Why is also mentioned here. And the peak is 10 a.m. IST. We can change the shift window from evening to, let's say, night, and see the plan change. Same officers, different shift, different target. That's temporal intelligence. Scrolling down, we get road maps plus field briefing. This map shows color coded routes for all 5 units, and this is operational output. We get printable field briefing cards, and let's talk about these cards. One card per officers, which contains stop sequences, PCIS target, arrival windows, etc. An inspector prints these every morning, so there is no need of a new app for officers, just a paper. By clicking this one button, we can see this gets downloaded and can be opened as a text file. Moving on, we can see the resource optimizers. Yeah, how many units do we actually need? This curve shows us the marginal PCIS gain per additional officers. That means, like, after a certain point, the need adding more officers would barely help us. So how does it help? It helps us so that BTB doesn't over deploy to saturated zones. And this is not just static. If we change the patterns, it keeps on changing. Yeah, you can see we changed it from 5 to 7 and it did change. These are all the stats we talked about. Let's see proof it works at last. And now let's see the enforcement gap. Here, this tab explains why 147,818 matters. The left map here, it shows the violation at named junctions, the BTP's current focus, and the right map here shows for the same city but off-grid violations invisible to the junction system. And as we can see, the nearly 50% of all parking violations. And below that, below that, we can see what this number costs Bangalore. Roughly 5,000 vehicle hours of delay per day, estimated from road engineering standards. And the peak enforcement hour is 10 a.m. IST. Yeah, and the parking isn't random, it peaks in the morning. And the parking isn't random. It peaks in the morning commercial window. Officers need shift specific plans, not one static daily list, which we cover in our Prahari. So going on to the next part is traffic flow impact. Yeah, the T1 explicitly asks us to quantify parking impact on traffic flow. PCIS is a relative score. This module converts violation into physical meters. That is like carriageway blocked in square meters, capacity reduction, vehicle hours, and person hours of delay. The important thing is we label every number as an estimation model, not measured ground truth. All assumptions are listed on screen. Roads, yeah, the everything, the road widths from IRC standards, flow rates, parking duration, etc. A reviewer can challenge any assumption. Now, say this: one parked lorry on a three-lane road, main road, is about 6.9 hours vehicle delay from a single 2 hours parking event. Multiply that across 298,000 violations, and you get 766,000 vehicle hours over 6 months. This answers the problem statement directly, not just where, but how much congestion does illegal parking causes. You can see every stat here. Let's move on to hotspot analysis. So for junction coded location, this deep dive, top hotspots ranked by PCS, not just violation count. So you can see the heavy vehicle ratio, main road ratio, peak hour per junction. We can pick any junction here. Suppose I click this. Pick any junction, the hour pattern and vehicle mix appear instantly. And as we know, the Safin Plaza, these are all the top hotspot junctions mapped. And we know the Sifin Plaza and Siddhalangaya Circle, these are the known hotspots where the routes officers do. But now, with shift away timings and load balance assignments, and we can see the hotspot ranking here also. So moving on to the next, that is blind spots. Okay, this is the heart of Prahari. This is the heart of Prahari. We ran HDB scan density clustering on 147,800 off-grid violations. That is a violation with no junction code. And we discovered a hidden hotspot cluster that BTP system has never named, never mapped, never assigned patrols to. Let's see the cluster autopsy. Yeah, cluster autopsy, the worst hidden hotspot. Thousands of violations over 6 months. Active most days. Lacks in estimated uncollected fines. No junction code, no camera, no patrol assignment. This is the visibility gap in one location. The PTP cannot enforce what it cannot see, but Prahari finds these first. Let's map all this. You can see here, this is a cluster. This is the hidden hotspot. One, KR Pura. Let's see all. Left, hidden hotspots. Right is the bias corrected exposure map. Cell with high violation but low officer present. These are under enforced and not just unknown. And we have ratings here of everything. Moving on to model and efficiency. Yeah, two intelligence layers here. The first is enforcement efficiency. Does patrol actually reduce violation at a junction? The following week, we show responsive junction where the enforcement worked and resistance one where the violation persisted. We label the correlation, not just casual proof. The second is the prediction model, the light GBM hurdle model. It's like it will cell have like each cell will have violation, and if yes, How severe? Precision at top 10%. We can see, yeah, that's here. Top 10%, that 100%. When Prahari flags the top rated cell, everyone actually had violations. Officers won't be sent to empty location. That means the officer won't be sent to empty location. We audited for data leakage, remove features that are outcomes, not predictors. Moving on to system health. Operational quality layer. The rejection rates by station and hour. Which devices and stations have reporting quality issues? Chronic offender intelligence. That means like a vehicle with 20 plus tickets you can see here. These are the top 25 chronic offenders. Vehicles with 20 plus tickets, repeated location offenders, perfect for targeting, towing, and weekly PCIS trends, everything. This is a weekly PCIS trends, which shows whether the enforcement is improving city-wide over time. This isn't just routing, it's a full command intelligence stack. Now, as we said, we'll discuss proof it works later. Let's cover it. Yeah, let it load. Till then, every claim we made is backed by held out validation. We took the last 14 days of data, that is from March 26 to April 8, that the model never saw during training. Same number of officers, same stop budget of 40 locations, same 350 meters intercept radius. Fair comparison. Now let's see the training data. Here, the actual is how BTP patrols today. The top junction by historical validation count. This is a fixed list. The right side is with Prahari is a shift awake casual ranking. Only data before each shift window informs the deployment. Now let's keep this okay. It's already in the junction mode. We can see here at junction resolution, both strategies deployed to coded junctions only. Here, Prahari still wins. About nearly 1.4% more PCIs intercepted. That gain comes purely from shift aware re-ranking, not just seeing the new locations. And suppose we change here to hex mode and let it load. And obviously, after changing to the hex resolution, the actual will be the same. Yeah, you can see the difference here. The result like this is plus 5.2% more high impact violations are intercepted by Prahari. Same budget, same officers. Almost all of the gain comes from intercepting off grid violations. BTP's current system cannot assign patrols to. Here you can see the green dots. The green dots are violation we would have caught. Red are missed. You can see in Prahari's coverage spreading into areas actual never reaches. Yeah, this is actually about Prahari. Thank you.